For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz coming to you live from Mammoth Lakes, where we are on a lifestyle expedition. This is why we trade for a living, right? We are off skiing with our little boy Connor, having a great time, and I thought that I would come to you and show you the XRV trades for today. Now, before I start, I just want to let you know the audio quality is going to be what it is because I'm on the array mic on the computer. But let me show you what I've got here. The first one was ALSN. This is Allison Transmission Holdings Incorporated. You can see how this one played out over the course of the morning. I had a stop initially on this one way up at $44.46. That, of course, never came into play as we had a trigger event this morning, $43.35, and our first profit objective, $42.62. We did make that move very smoothly down to that profit target. And when I talk to you guys about moving your stops as soon as you see support and resistance come into play, this is what I'm talking about. So based on the Friday data, I was looking for an opportunity to get a stop right down into here. So hopefully you guys all see what the logic is behind this because of these highs right here. Now that's more of a target area, as Julie likes to say, right? So I like to pull it up a little bit just into that range. And once the stock had started moving, $43.76 became the new stop. And again, nothing to worry about there as we got right down to that S1 target. 73 cents per share traded on ALSN. Number 2 on the list, At Home Group Incorporated, ticker symbol HOME. Let me show you what was going on in my head as I was looking at this one. I had a stop on this, $21.06. That got me just above this range going into the close on Friday. Once we had an open that came up and tested the pivot, I bet you some of you guys got this pivot inflection on this. I did not. Came down, $20.21 was the entry price. But once we saw this inflection that moved higher here and came back down again, logical place to move the stop if you're looking for a tighter stop on it, $20.83. So this one had a good reason to bring the stop down lower. You can see that there was a lot of volume when it tried to bump up against this range, and we are still in this. It is down from the 2021 entry down to $19.79. And like I said, we're going to be hitting the slopes pretty soon here. So I'm probably going to go and just trail the stop right up above the closing range on Friday at $20.49 when we leave the house. Next up, we had Autolive Incorporated, ticker symbol ALV. You can see I had a pretty wide stop on this one set initially all the way up at $79.44. That would have got me clear of that central pivot even after a 77.76 entry. The first place that I would have been looking to trail that stop or to move that stop would have been down just above this range, $78.49. That would have been based on trade this morning. As you can see, it never traded in that range. ALV gapped down and just kept right on going. Would have been a beautiful trade, but in this case, we didn't get an entry and we never had the opportunity to pull that stop down. So for those of you who are wondering about stops in general, that tends to be the thing that people worry about the most. The next place you would be moving this if you were trading this stock would be right down above this range, right? $77. So always looking for those plateaus, always looking for the places that things happened over the course of the morning when we are ratcheting stops down and protecting profits. Fastenal Incorporated, ticker symbol FAST. The initial stop on this one, $56.19. That's after a 55.24 entry. That gives us room up above this pivot line to test this range. I think if we got to move back up into here, then it's fair to say we could expect a total reversal on the day. But even though it was a little bit hairy around the opening bell, it came up. It never got through that level that we were looking at as a hard stop. And then once it got down and traded us in, it was very easy to see where the next place was that we should move a stop, right? So as it came up and tested right here, the ideal stop for me would be $55.57. Right down to the profit target, 90 cents per share traded on FAST. My widest initial stop for the entire morning was on NXP Semiconductors, ticker symbol NXPI. This one on a 76.38 entry line had a stop all the way up at $78 per share. That's because of this closing range going down into the end of the Friday session and the fact that the volume weighted average price on Friday was all the way up at that central pivot for today. That's not too hard to see just to eyeball it because it had this very progressive move on very steady volume over the course of the session. But still, I thought that this plateau here was enough to say, if it goes against me, I'm going to stop out of it, especially given the fact that this was probably the widest stop I've had on one of these in 6 months. But once the stock began trading and moved lower, the nice thing about this one was you could take this wide stop, and as we got down into the range after trading opened, you could pretty much put your stop loss right at the entry and have a lot of confidence that if it got up above these highs right here and traded back through this, that it was going to make a move all the way back up into the range. So on NXPI, we had a $1 per share traded move and the possibility of a really nice extension move to the downside. So if you managed to catch the extension, good for you. Again, in this case, I'm on vacation, so I didn't. But that's all right because I get to have a lot of fun with my kid today, and that is worth every penny. And finally, the other no-show was Rayner Holdings. This is an ADR, right, an American Depository Receipt. So this was the other stock that I had really wide swings anticipated for the morning's trading. Ticker symbol on this, RYAAY. What you see here is we had a gap in the morning that would have taken us straight down to the profit target if it would have ever traded back up into the range. I had a 77.23 first stop on this, and I had every anticipation that if the stock opened for trading and traded in the range from Friday, that I was going to be able to ratchet down initially right there to $76.40, and then I was hoping to see a move that would get me down into $75.87 and then trail down further. So in this case, if you did get it, if you took the trade this morning, you wanted to get a stop right up above that first tick of the day, since that's where we had significant resistance. And as you can see, it would have been a beauty, but no trade on RYAAY, Rayner Holdings ADR. So far on the day, $2.63 per share traded for the Fast Ball XRVs. Hope you got them. Hope you did really well with them. And if you are sitting on that open position, just remember to trail those stops before you walk away from the computer. Make sure that order is bracketed up and ready to go. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. Hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. It's the best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.